Hello, how are we? It's nice to see all those smiling faces sitting on that couch looking back at me. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and an exciting time for you guys as a group as well. You're just about to get out on the road and something that did you did you ever envision getting out on the road with this, or was it always going to be that studio kind of project? Like, walk me through it a little bit.
I don't think we knew that we would be playing live one day. I know that it was a dream of ours, but it's taken us quite many years to arrive at this point. And finally, the year has arrived where we get to realize this dream. So for sure, it's been a gradual evolution.
Yeah. Well, what's that old saying? Although good things come to those who wait. So it was all about the right timing at the end of the day. So it's wonderful to see. And I've had the chance to listen to the album as well. And really, I don't know how to kind of put it in words. It's just something so, in this day and age, in all the types of different music and songs and sounds that are out there, something so, and I want to use the word, it might sound corny, magical about this kind of everything about the sound, the emotion I feel when listening to it. What was the writing process for you guys? Because I can't say it sounds like anything else. In fact, my wife, who got to listen to a bit of it as well, just sort of, this is kind of like the peak of high fantasy, something that kind of really hasn't been written, but something that has been described through literature. And I thought that was just a beautiful thing, and I wanted to share that.
Oh, cheers.
That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
that's absolutely wonderful.
And I love how you prefaced it with in this day and age.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
really that's an important thing to say for us.
No, no, but yeah, tell me, like, how was it getting down and kind of putting the pen to paper and then putting that into, and doing what you've done? Because from start to finish, there's no fault and it flows so, yeah, just wonderfully. I'm curious to how that all came together.
Thank you. That's beautifully said, and I love that you use the word magic because that's exactly how it feels to us.
Mm.
We're witnessing magic unfold when we write music and the songs come to us, and then we weave them together into a whole album. It's always a magical journey for us, something that we don't plan ahead on. It just happens, and we're in awe and grateful to receive. Yeah.
No, wonderful, because it's one of those things too. Now, this is the tricky part when you've done all this. This is album number three as well. How have you gone with rehearsals? You hit the road very soon. How is that translating that studio magic into the live sound? Has that been a challenge at all? I know with Nightwish, you guys are no stranger to touring and putting on these magnificent shows as well, but this is a completely different kind of article of work. How was that?
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Well, I think the magic is there. I mean,
Mm,
it's there in the music, it's there with the way we are with each other. So it's inevitably there. It's already there, the magic. And the fact that we get to experience it live makes it even more somehow special and even more powerful, I'd say to me, because we all share a space. And then when the audience comes in and it's just going to be very magical. I keep repeating the magic, it
it's a
truly is.
good word.
We've now had two rehearsal sessions, and it was pretty incredible actually because I had my small doubts about certain songs, how they will come out, but it was just wonderful from the beginning, and it's gonna be absolutely brilliant.
and we have three of our close friends who are in the who are gonna they're supplementary. They're the extra musicians. So there's three of us, and then there's Kai Hato, is the drummer from Nightwish, and two of our other friends, Johanna and
Mikko Ivanainen from
yeah,
Finland, wonderful singer and musician.
yeah,
So it's actually gonna be a six-piece on stage.
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense
They're
too.
very compatible with us,
Yeah.
with we three, and the whole tenet behind AURI, they understand it deeply, and they understand that we've got a serious lack of misery in this band. So we need the right people to be with us, and we've got
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, for all about energy. I mean, sure, we're rehearsing the songs and we do our best, but for us, music isn't about how well you play or if you get every note right. To
Mm,
us, it's something much more deeper and magical and sacred, even, if you will. It's a spiritual journey inwards and outwards together. There's like hidden mysteries of life embedded in the music, to me at least.
I'm glad you use the word perfection, and it doesn't matter if some notes aren't correct all the time, because that's the beauty of music, or that's the beauty of mishaps and mistakes, because that's human nature at the end of the day. And if everything's too perfect, it's almost like a part of the soul is lost in that. So you need to have little flaws to really shine through, to show kind of the beauty, because you can't have light without darkness, and day and night. So it is really that, and it's good to know that you're kind of embracing that as well. Not everything needs to sound exactly how it does on the album for it to have that impactful meaning. Now, putting together the set for this, is that done? Have you got exactly start to finish on how you want to play this show as well? Yeah. And was that a challenge crafting it? Did you have to go back and forth and rearrange things?
Yeah, I suppose, well, as Tuomas said, some things it didn't seem likely. But there was a distinct possibility that they could be incompatible, but it turned out to be the opposite. Some of the songs that we thought wouldn't work, now we couldn't do without. They're vital. So I suppose it's just the nature of AURI, really. It's how we look at things.
And it started out as a 90-minute set list, and now it's 110 minutes. It's almost 2 hours.
Yeah. And by the time we go out in Europe, it's probably going to be about 4.5 hours.
Yeah, we're all just servants to the music. It tells us what to do, and we comply.
Yeah, the songs that the compiling the songs is always tricky, but the AURI songs do speak to us. I mean, we are objective about our music now, which is the wonderful thing about it post album. But the songs just they just crop up and say, "Listen, you three, you idiots, what about me? You twerps, you're going to leave me out."
Yeah.
We go, "Well, I don't think you're going to work." "Well, I will work. So get me in the set." So that's what we did.
Yeah. I love that. And it's funny because you go, the ones I think didn't work were the ones that worked the most. It's probably you guys were probably your own worst enemies when it came for that, because you were already going into going, this won't work. And I was like, oh no, it did. So yeah, because you did it to yourselves, really. You only got yourself to blame.
The less you are in the way of the magic, the better, I'd say. Yeah, you just need to take yourself out of the way other times.
Exactly. But let's go back to the album a bit as well. The writing process on this one, because like you said as well, it's very happy. And it is. It's one of those things that you listen to it the whole time. I don't think you could feel upset by the time this album finishes. It's one of those things that you just listen to, you're like, oh, I'm in a good mood now. It's the best uplifting thing I've heard in years. So it's like, what was it like writing something so, well, at the end of the day, come across as so overwhelmingly positive compared to some of your other work you've done as well?
Yeah, it's made my day as well.
Yeah, what you just was so good.
Overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, I got so emotional, I forgot what the question was.
But yeah, we can't remember where we are or who we are now. Your fault.
Good readers.
Your fault.
This is exactly what we want to transmit with our music. We want to take people places. We want them to come out of it happy.
Overwhelmingly positive.
Yes, full of light and optimism.
Yeah.
Wake them from the dream of mystery and fear that is so prevalent in this world.
Yeah, because most people live in nightmares. Most people do actually live their lives in a permanent, never-ending cycle of perpetual nightmares.
Yeah.
And it's awful. But we know what that's like. I mean, we've all lived through it. We've all been through that. So it's to offer to people, not give people, but to offer them our feelings as music, within music. It's a massive honor for us to do that. Now, whether people want to listen or ignore is up to them, and that's fine. But we've done it, and the AURI music has directed us, and it's now ended up with you in Australia.
Yeah.
And that is just an incredible thing.
It's kind of wild because it bridges. It's one thing music can do is it does have a bridge globally. It's anyone in any country can find something they enjoy And I think music is the one thing that really kind of bonds people all over the world without them even realizing it's the one common thing we all share besides we've got to eat and we've got to drink to live. It's the one kind of pleasure we can all, relate over. And it's kind of crazy. And especially, and I glad you mentioned the nightmare and the darkness. Do you feel now is the right time as well? Because you started this project obviously before the pandemic. You had the first album out before then. Do you feel it's the right place and time now to be like, okay, that happened. That's a part of history. We're out there doing this. This is different. That's not that. That was a horrible time. It's time to go out there and kind of showcase what, music can be in a different light as well. Because you guys, especially Tuomas and Troy, you've done Nightwish for so long, and there's some heavy songs there and a lot of way down emotions. It must be kind of a bit of a holiday for you to go out and do something that's just so joyful in a way.
Well said.
That made my day again.
Very astute.
Yeah, it is very astute.
No, that's brilliant. So, is there any nerves, or are you just used to it at this point? So, is there any nerves of playing these first shows live, or is that just a thing of the past? You don't get the butterflies in the stomach anymore?
Well, if we thought the music was something that we had to deliver and it was up to us, if it was coming of us, this might sound very odd now, but when I'm back that way, but if we thought that it was something that we had to excel in, then we'd be nervous. Heck, but we know that it's something that just arrives through us. So as long as we're there, we arrive, we are our best version we can possibly be to receive the music and then transmit it out there. That's all we need to do. So there's no nerves or ego involved in it, for me at least. It's just a privilege to be able to serve the moment and be a part of it.
Absolutely.
To create something momentous and memorable and mesmerizing.
And just to add to that splendid statement there, we really have nothing to prove. Nothing to prove. For most bands, there is lots to prove.
Yeah.
But with us, there isn't at all. I mean, I could write a thesis on why, but we're in the unique position where, because of that, our nerves are dissolved in the love of it. And we don't have to worry about that. And getting back to earlier, if there's mistakes, then there's mistakes. But the spirit and the soul of the music is within the notes and between the spaces of the notes. It's there.
For me, it's just immense love that connects us all the particles here in our beautiful universe. That's what I feel when I'm witnessing music and playing it on stage, singing it live, and sharing that connection with people in that live moment. That is when I feel most connected to the fabric, the tapestry of this universe. And I hope that's something that we can all tap into, that connectedness, as you said, that's so often missing in this day and age. We feel like we live in boxes and they're there and we're here, and there's this disconnect, which is a massive illusion. I mean, we all breathe the same air. There's really no borders between countries. That's something that's only happening inside our minds. Money, these illusions that we deal with daily. So to shake us and wake us up from this realm of dreaming in a very dense, dark place, to open your eyes into something much more. I'm getting chills even thinking about it. Just, opening your eyes to what actually is. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys couldn't say it any better, to be honest with you as well. And you say it, and it's portrayed in the music. But what I want to say as well, the music video for Shieldmaiden in particular, what a beautiful, well done piece of art that was. Like, I had to bring it up because everything from the tape across the mouth, the lyrics on it, just absolutely brilliant. How important was it to visually represent the music like that? Because it could have been easy. You could have done a lyric video. It could have been a simple just playing in the room as well. But I felt there was an importance to it to be so strikingly visually captivating.
Visuals are a great way of enhancing the music, which is always the most important thing. So we want to put a lot of effort into the visual side of AURI as well, whether it's in form of music videos or album cover artwork.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And also there are no rules for us either. We truly do exactly what we want.
Yeah.
And hope that people understand it. So you'll see a marked contrast with the release of the second single tomorrow. The tone of that compared to Shieldmaiden is light years apart, but the music is complete. I'm sorry about this.
Go for it.
A light years apart, but there is a wormhole going through between both of them, where you can instantly access the spirit of both songs through the wormhole. But yeah, check it out tomorrow when that happens. But and again, you know, Shieldmaiden is multi-layered. It has lots of hidden meaning, lots of explicit meaning, and all of that is tied together in harmony and in particularly unusual harmonic movement.
Yeah.
And it's a powerful thing that we like to propagate in AURI,
And
in all of our music.
And do you know what you've done right with describing this? Because not often, I do interviews all the time, not often when I sit in an interview are we using the words magic, wormholes to transitions between songs, between the lines, particles. It goes to show you what type of, if no one's ever heard this music before and they're just listening to this interview for the first time, I think you've painted a picture really well, because it's less like it's less than just music and everything. It is more artful, and it is more like a score. Like I said earlier in the interview, the high fantasy kind of aspect of, oh, this is something that is just different. It's more of I almost feel like it's more of a feeling than it is a piece, which is bizarre for me to say, but it is really, it's hard to describe. And I think if something is hard to describe, you've done it correctly, unless it's mathematical, of course.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Indeed.
No, well, beautiful. I can't wait for people to hear this, the whole thing. I'm glad the music, that was going to be a question. I was like, when's the next music video out? Because I know the album's out soon. You're about to go on tour. So I'm glad people get to witness this next one. I know I'll be one of them. I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got coming out. But thank you once again for joining me here today. Is there anything you want to say to everyone before I let you go?
We want to thank you for being the first ever Australian that we have.
Oh, thank you.
We've never done an interview in Australia before.
Yes.
Really? Oh, wow. I feel honored.
Well, it's fantastic. Plus, we absolutely love Australia.
Yes.
I've been about 9 or 10 times, and well,
one of our favorite countries in the world.
We love it.
So
one day,
maybe
one day, we'll be. You can buy us all a drink.
Yeah, no, I'll take you up on that. I'll make sure. Guys,
we won't buy you.
No, of course, I understand. You know, us Aussies have got to buy the Englishman a drink. I know how it works. Beautiful, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was lovely meeting you.
Lovely meeting you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.